Hello, everybody, and welcome to Let's Call Dad. It is the newest podcast on my network, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. We have our first episode coming in hot today. Let's Call Dad is a podcast where myself, my brother, and my dad all sit down each week and talk about life's crazy moments, the good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly, and just kind of have like an unhinged family meeting about it, and we bring you guys along. So whether you're looking to just like laugh with us, share some memories, or, you know, just get some good old dad advice, this is the podcast for you. And yeah, thanks for being here. Welcome to Let's Call Dad. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
It is Thanksgiving when this episode comes out, our first one, and we are so excited to share it with you guys. This first one, we are going to kind of dive into our Thanksgiving traditions and all that kind of fun stuff, while kind of telling you a little bit about us so that you might want to come and join us next Thursday for our next episode. Nessie, you want to take her off the top, buddy?
Yeah, my name is Sullivan. As you just heard, I get called Nessie. That can be a story for a different day, which you'll have to tune into every Thursday. But yeah, my name is Sullivan. I'm the youngest of the two of us, me and Emmy D. I'm a theater kid. I have large hair. I've been told that my at work, a lady left a review and said that the guy with the crazy hair. Becky with the good hair also in our family. Becky with the good hair, ironically. But yeah, I'm Sullivan. I'm at the end of the day just a baby, and I'm very excited to be a part of this podcast and tell some stories, relive some memories, and share our crazy little family with y'all, because I think that's kind of what the world needs right now, is a lot of love, which is what our family has to give.
Yeah, absolutely. And I am the dad. I'm the guy they call when they want to talk, and sometimes it gets a little crazy. But my name is Steve. Emily calls me Dad. Sullivan calls me Papa.
Papa.
Yeah, and my good friends, they kind of call me Steve-O. But a little bit about me is I'm a diehard Steeler fan. Love the Steelers. And I love spending time with my kids and making them laugh, and I enjoy making people laugh. So this is a perfect thing for me, and I hope you enjoy our little chats, and I think it's going to be fun.
Definitely.
So, but yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving. If you don't already know me, my name is Emily. It's Emmy D online, and I talk a lot about mental health and life, and my blog is about life and learning to love it. So other than that, my favorite food that I would eat every day if I possibly could is cookies and cream ice cream.
I thought you were going to say something about Thanksgiving. I thought that was going to be how you maneuvered our way back in, but I guess...
No, I took the train and ran.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm the getaway train at this point. No. But that does segue us.
Yeah, that's why I really thought... Yeah.
Yeah.
What's everyone's favorite?
I don't know. I can start. I think my favorite is probably green bean casserole.
Hell yeah.
You got to have those French fried onions and, on top of it, baked in. Oh, yeah. It's really good.
Green bean casserole. Emily's not a huge casserole person.
I really don't fuck with the casserole. I just don't really like that why are there so many things in
I think that I get that, but...
What are you laughing at?
It's like green beans, cream of mushroom soup. That's it.
Yeah.
So many
That's
things.
what I was going to say is I think that their casserole sometimes gets a bad rap because you can kind of just add whatever, like anything in the kitchen, you know, that So, But green bean casserole, and one of my personal Thanksgiving faves is corn casserole.
Yeah.
And when you like mix the right things together to make a casserole, like it's all the things match and the aesthetic's the same, that is a good casserole. But I think Emily's scared of like, we had a person in our life make casseroles of just literally anything under the kitchen.
Oh, that's not what I'm scared of.
I feel like there was one lady who worked there who made
lived and died with the casserole.
Lived and died with the casserole, and it was kind of unhinged casseroles sometimes.
I do understand what you're saying. That is actually not what I feel, but I do get what you're saying.
That was just always what I interpreted you as hating casseroles, because those
no, for
memes.
me it's a I think it's a texture thing. I just don't like. I would rather just eat green bean. I don't even really like green beans anyways, but I would rather eat green beans and soup, not like.
Yeah, but cream of mushroom isn't a soup.
It is a soup. It's
kind
actually,
of.
It's in a can.
It's actually called cream of mushroom soup. Is what it's called.
Okay, well,
when you get it to make these recipes.
My favorite is mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I mean,
what's your
Go ahead.
favorite consistency of mashed potato?
Oh Lord!
Like we're really covering the deep.
We're really talking about food
textures.
I like a homemade mashed potatoes. I like where they have like a little bit of a spud in there.
A spud.
Like a little baby spud bite is fine with me.
Like
Okay.
not completely
know.
whipped. You don't like them whipped then. Like whipped would be out all the.
Whipped, I would like to lay in.
What?
What?
The hell?
Like a big vat of whipped mashed potatoes? But would they then just be called whipped potatoes? Like they wouldn't be called. Like now that if we're thinking about it,
I don't know. Some people like them really, like your instant potatoes, which is blasphemous on.
right? Like it's
Thanksgiving
creamy. What?
That's me.
What?
Like a
Yeah, like you.
flakes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the flakes
no,
with water or milk
Yeah,
and
no,
butter and call it a night.
You're not doing that on Thanksgiving.
Well,
'cause
right.
You would be run out of the house. You wouldn't be invited back if you made that.
Yeah, so I guess like I
Like you don't want it to be like. I was about to say crunchy, which was fucked up if you have a crunchy potato. But like, not crunchy, but like thick. Like I get what you mean, like a spud.
Yeah,
Like
I mean that makes them like they're homemade. You know,
yeah,
when they have a
yeah.
little
They're
bit
not
of
like
a,
fully mashed. Like you
Yeah.
didn't put it through a blender by any means. Like you didn't really meticulously spend 8 hours.
Yeah.
No, I mean I would just like mashed potato has literally like one ingredient, right? Like potatoes. Mashed. So
Well,
that to me really works.
I mean, you add a little milk to them, and
Yeah,
you know,
but
if you want to make them really good, you can add some sour cream
yeah,
to
but
them.
you're not putting a whole can of
Make them
soup.
rich. No, well, it's not mashed potato casserole. So,
See? So
there you go.
So my
so they cut it off at that. So
and mom makes those the sweet potato casserole.
The bomb.
Weirdly enough, it's
With the
called sweet potato casserole
Yeah.
that I do like.
that's because it probably has marshmallows on it, right? That gets heated up.
Yeah,
That-
just as yams and
yeah.
and
So one of my like memories of childhood with Thanksgiving was peeling the potatoes. You know, to make the mashed potatoes. So you know, because that was like my mom would be like boiling a bunch of potatoes, and you know, like at dawn, all of a sudden these smells would start coming up. But
Dawn.
at dawn,
that
yeah.
feels right. That
Yeah.
feels right to
No,
me.
so yeah, I love mashed potatoes too, and but you have to have a ton of butter on your mashed potatoes, and the other thing we had was gravy. So
Yeah,
I don't
love
know,
gravy.
you know, and so if you guys remember, I always have like a gravy boat? Ours was like a freaking gravy barge. Okay, this thing was freaking huge, and it was like you had this ladle in it, you know, where you could just get all the gravy on the turkey and stuffing, all that other stuff. So, but no, that was good. But yeah, I mean, I could knock down some stuffing too. Now I will rock some
Yeah.
stuffing. But
Are you not a stuffing bitch?
here's my thing about stuffing though. Don't put that shit in the turkey.
Yeah.
I don't
that's
need to
what I
see
was gonna
that
say.
coming out of the center of the frickin' turkey.
Yeah.
honest to
That
God,
is
Not me.
vile, in my opinion. I think
It's
that
like-
is kind of disgusting.
I just don't know how you, I mean, cook it. Do you cook it and then put it in, or you just?
let it cook.
I mean, what's
inside
stuffing
the
anyway? It's
turkey.
like bread, right? Bread
Yeah, it's
and
like croutons.
That's
like
kind of what I was about
celery.
to say. Is I have no fucking idea what goes on in the kitchen during Thanksgiving, and I intend to keep it that way as long as humanly possible.
oh, come on, you
Um,
gotta get in with that.
I help out with whatever I need to help out, but I don't want to. I am leaving it to the professionals for as long as I can, and that professional is Mama Bear. And she will
Yeah.
make stuff. She will make a beautiful stuffing, and I don't really need to know how it's cooked because I know it's going to turn out beautiful, and that's what I love about Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Yeah.
that you just like to put the blinders on
Yeah.
and get a plate at the end and enjoy the.
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
sit back and just get ready for a nap, right? Just eat
Yeah,
and
a
get ready
little
for
bit.
nap.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure
think
that
it's
is
great.
beautiful.
So whatever you do, don't ask Sullivan to peel the potatoes for you.
No,
'cause
I'll
that's
peel
not happening.
potatoes, but like, I'm not gonna stuff a turkey with stuffing.
I'm not stuffing a turkey either with
I
stuffing.
honestly have a weird issue with the wishbone thing. Like, to me, that just is like you're cracking a bone in half.
Yeah.
It's a little at the end of the day, I mean, it's Thanksgiving when people are potentially listening to this, but at the end of the day, it is a bone that you're cracking in half. So anything that's inside the turkey, I'm not fucking with anything. That's
Yeah. Well, you have to let it kind of dry out too before you do the wishbone thing where you snap it with somebody. So that's kind of a thing with that too. So
you have to let it dry out.
yeah, you let the bone dry out so it'll actually snap. Otherwise, it's just
Yeah, it's
you can't just
Okay.
grab it out and say, "Come on, let's go with the snap."
Earlier, I was gonna say, wow, I'm so hungry, and wow, this is gonna be. I'm so excited. Now I'm losing my appetite.
Yeah.
So let's change the subject,
No,
please.
because let's talk about. I actually was thinking about drinks if you're out there listening that you can try, like a
had
apple
fun.
cider mimosa with just use some fresh apple cider instead of the orange juice. Try that, and if you're out there and you're drinking Bloody Marys too, which is pretty much the thing, throw some bacon in that. Put a bit bacon strip as your garnish. Add that too. So
we got a resident mixologist with us,
Yeah.
folks.
yeah, and maybe if you're out there too, drop a little maple syrup in those bourbon old fashions.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This became.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
This is now not a lifestyle podcast. This is only food and beverage.
Me too.
We're only talking about.
I am getting hungry though. So I'm just kidding.
We're only talking about the textures of foods and how to change your drinks up at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But onto the real stuff
Oh yeah.
about it.
How are you feeling this Thanksgiving? What are
how-
you thankful for?
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the biggest question. That's the question on everyone's
Everyone's
everyone.
What the hell are you thankful for?
Lately, I have been thankful for honestly music.
Oh. That's
And it's not the classic my family, because I am always thankful for my family, but lately I have been really thankful for music. And we just saw the Wicked movie, which I'm not going to talk about it right now. We'll talk about it in the next episode I'm not going to tell you what it's about, but you'll have to get our full feelings on Wicked and other musicals. That'll be next week. But we just saw Wicked, and within that, I was really overwhelmingly moved by the music and the ability to orchestrations and stuff. So I have been really thankful for music and being able to express your feelings in a way other than words.
That was beautifully said.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I am thankful, and I've said this before. I actually stole it from Brianna Chicken Fry, but she, in one of her videos recently, with everything that she's been going through, she was talking about how, thank God I am able to feel so much in either direction. You're going through a shitty time right now, but it makes you thankful that the sun does come out,
Yeah.
And I've been kind of the last month or so, which I think other people can share in this feeling with me, but the last month or so, I've been feeling just really low. Like,
For sure.
And we'll talk more about this just like in podcasts to come up, but the weather has not been helping, and I just have been feeling really low. So when I do have those like really positive moments, or like when we saw the Wicked movie, and like just like the good emotions, like it just reminds me that I am really lucky to feel both of those things. Like, yeah, it's not always fun to feel the low stuff, but like at least I am able to feel them, so that I'm able to, when I'm out of them, or when I am having a moment that's really good, I'm able to like fully sit in that feeling too. So I'm just thankful that I'm thankful that even though things are not amazing, I'm thankful that I know that they will be one day.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
I think I understand what you're saying. You know, you have to kind of experience those low points to actually appreciate the high points.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm always thankful for the fact that, you know, I have you guys and Becky, my wife.
Becky with the good hair.
Yeah, Becky with the good hair. To, you know, to be able to share our highs and our lows with, you know, to do that. And, you know, around these holidays and things, a lot of people don't necessarily have that to do that. So, you know, be kind to people around this thing, because it is stressful, you know, people traveling, all this stuff like that. Just remember to be kind, because, you know, if you're lucky enough to have people that care about you and you're able to talk to, then that's great. And a lot of people don't have that. So just remember to be kind to people and that. So
What are you thankful for?
well, I am thankful for I'm thankful for this podcast, because I just actually retired, and it's, you know, kind of it's fun to be able to spend time with you guys. I mean, we kind of moved closer to you guys, and it
Kind of is an understatement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Well-
could probably throw a
I could-
light golf ball.
Yeah.
I could probably throw it from my window.
I
to
could
hit
throw a
their house.
Nerf ball from
No,
Our-
you guys couldn't.
our thing too.
If I had an airsoft gun, I could shoot a T-shirt.
No
If I could skull my pitching wedge down the road and it did
that
the thing,
I actually believe.
yeah, then that's how far. But anyway, we're close. So that is what I'm thankful for, and that, you know, this, you know, these holiday seasons coming up. Like, again, it's tough. These are, you know, not everybody's feeling great, and, you know, that's okay, because we're gonna get through it, and, you know, just know that you know, we're kind of a safe place for you to, you know, to land and to listen, and hopefully you get a smile.
We could for sure hit your house with a cannon.
Oh my god.
Like if
I
I
know
had
you
Cannon
could.
a
for sure.
cannon and a
Or if-
cannonball.
A cannon. Is that all you've been thinking about for the last
This
couple of minutes?
honest to God, I haven't
Yeah.
heard a word you've said. You're thankful for
Yes.
the podcast, and I am too. But I could hit your
Yes.
house with a cannon.
Or
I
a
feel-
human cannonball.
I feel confident that I could walk to your apartment without actually falling down and
Funny story
couldn't even
about
call
that.
it.
I mean,
funny
I
story,
hope
though.
So.
From Emily. Emily one time said that she was like, if I ever got super drunk here, I could walk to your guys' house. And we all were like, yes, but you're already home.
Why
Why
would
would you walk somewhere else?
But
Just wander
that was-
off.
But that reiterates the point, is that how close we are.
They asked me that. They said, "Why would you walk to mom and dad's?" And I said, "Because then mom would take care of me."
Oh,
that's-
of course,
that's-
yeah. Well,
you guys. Yeah, I am thankful for you guys, obviously, as well as feeling both of my feelings, but and the family. I am always very thankful to I'm reminded around this time of year that like this having a family that you were born into that you also choose is just such a blessing. And you don't always realize it. This year our like Thanksgiving is gonna look a little bit different than kind of what we were expecting and like what it's looked like past years. So it's gonna be really low key, which I'm okay with.
I feel like a lot of our holidays and traditions kind of surround the comfortability.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that
a better way of putting what I was putting.
Yeah.
Like, we are a show up in sweatpants kind
We're
of.
a cozy family.
Yes.
You know, I have really never been to a Thanksgiving where we like got dressed up. I think that the only time we used to, at my mom's old workplace, she was like in the head of the kitchen. So obviously on Thanksgiving, that was like a huge day. So we would go and help, and help is an understatement. Help is an overstatement from on me and Em's part. But I feel like that was kind of the most dressed up we got. I feel like, and then we would go home and it would be change into sweats and let's eat kind of,
Yeah.
like we were pretty cozy.
Yeah. The thing is, like the first year that we did that, I don't know if you guys remember.
Probably not.
Yeah. So we went and ate. So we had our Thanksgiving dinner at the place.
Yeah.
And then we got home. It's like, shit, we don't have any leftovers.
Sullivan and I were just
We don't have any leftovers.
about
That's
this.
the worst.
And do you know, what did we do?
I think we went to Arby's.
Yeah!
Yeah.
We went to Arby's!
We went to Arby's and got about 20 sandwiches, roast
Yeah,
beef
because it was our
sandwiches.
entire extended family.
Yes.
It was my mom's whole side of the family.
Yeah.
There was about, 14 of us?
And
we didn't have anything. So we went to
Thank
fucking
God
Arby's.
that Arby's was open.
Yeah, we couldn't find anything. And it was the furthest
Yeah.
thing kind of from our house, too, because we were like driving up and
Yes.
down the street of
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
what?
it was crazy.
And everything said closed for
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving,
Right.
whatever. And Arby's was open.
That was only that first year, and then the next year I think we had pizza stuff that we could make.
Yeah.
We did,
Like,
for sure.
we make
Yeah.
individual pizzas, but
We
I
planned
was
accordingly.
because I don't know. I am a leftover guy. You know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
are a
I'm gonna.
That's the best part about Thanksgiving, too, is that you can put them outside.
Not everyone can do that though. We
I
live
know,
in the-
well, Midwest.
Yeah, we Midwest.
Yeah.
But that is the best because you can wake up. Because last year, I remember we did a cabin, whatever. We ate Thanksgiving, took a good 5-hour nap, and then I come down the stairs and all the food is outside, just wrapped up for me to just get another
Yes.
plate of Thanksgiving, and I slept like a goddamn baby.
Well, what is
Yeah.
that thing that's in turkey that's supposed to help you sleep? Is it like melatonin? Is melatonin in turkey?
I don't think so.
It's like something
No
in
idea.
turkey like is supposed. I'm gonna look it up.
It's called you just eat yourself into a coma.
No,
is
it's
what,
not.
Yeah, it is.
In
You,
turkey.
no, it's I get the leftovers for sure, but a lot of times if it's too cold out there, then all of a sudden stuff's freezing, and
Pause for 1 second. Turkey contains tryptophan, an amino acid that helps your body produce serotonin and melatonin, which promotes relaxation and sleep.
I'm
There you
just
go.
talking about food coma.
I know, but-
that's short.
But she's right.
Tryptophan is like that sounds like a drug that you take to sleep.
That's what I'm saying. So a
Doesn't
little
it?
bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit of both. You eat yourself into a food coma, and then you also are eating tryptophan.
Yeah.
So it's a sleepy.
But you're just so
day.
comfortable. I mean, you get on the couch and all of a sudden you're
Asleep.
out.
Yeah. Okay. We were talking about how we would put food and how we're fortunate to be able to put food outside and just go kind of walk out and do it. But we brought up that we would go to up north to our grandma's cabin, and we couldn't do that because there were bears in the woods that would come and be smelling all of the goodness, and then you'd get not a good Thanksgiving after meal. You'd get mauled by a bear.
Yeah. Well, when we had the kind of the newer cabin, I mean, before when we go out there, yeah, you couldn't do that. So
Yeah.
But I mean, when we first started going up there, you guys really don't remember. I don't think you were born yet.
Yeah.
And Emily was there, but when we first started going up there was no plumbing.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, and you had to basically crap in a frickin' 5-gallon pail, and it was.
And you married into the
gross.
family still?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird?
That's fucked up.
I just thought that was, hey, this is rustic. This is pretty cool. And then they're like, well, yeah, guess what? You have to go and pull this curtain, and you have to crap in this can.
Wait, there wasn't even a door?
No, it was up like at the top of the stairs. It was really weird. And then you'd sit on this thing that had it's like a toilet seat on top of the 5-gallon pail, and it had like the blue stuff that we probably put in like porta johns and stuff. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Ew.
And it was colder than
I bet.
F-bombs up there. Oh my God. And I was being from the South.
Oh, God.
It was freaking cold. I mean,
Yeah.
it might have been 40 degrees, but to me it felt like minus 40. Like it was the freaking
you're
Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Yeah.
Polar vortex.
Yeah, polar freaking vortex. So anyway, so when we first started going up there, it was, I mean, the bears, deer and stuff, and it was hunting season, so you had to make sure you had your
Orange.
your blaze orange and stuff like that. And I wasn't too much of a hunter with that, but yeah, that was fun. I mean, we had some interesting things. I mean, there was one night where, I mean, this cabin was so kind of rickety and stuff that they had holes in the ceiling.
Fuck off.
No, I'm serious. There was holes in like the ceiling, and all of a sudden you'd hear this scratch and stuff like that, and there'd be a frickin' squirrel.
Wombat.
No, not a wombat. A squirrel.
You guys stayed in this place.
I'm not even kidding. So one night, this is crazy, but Grandma, she had guns up there. She had shotguns to hunt with and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if she was drinking tequila shots or whatever, which is first off not a good thing. You know, I look up, and in the corner there's this squirrel head that's kind of looking at us like that, and she goes, "I'm gonna get my gun," and I'm like, "What?" And she gets up to go get her freaking 12-gauge shotgun, and we're like, "No, you're not."
Yeah.
First off, no. And second off, you're in the freaking house. You're not gonna be shooting a freaking gun in the house. So that was like, yeah, that was when it got a little crazy up there.
When you get to, I feel like when you get up north, and that's any state you're in, if you're up north, anything goes. You
mean that gives you a license for, like, that explains it?
Yes.
Yeah, so, that's okay. It's up north.
Yeah, you were crapping in a bucket.
But that also, like, goes for the south.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does kind of do that, too,
It
yeah.
might be just a mindset thing.
Well, it doesn't really excuse everything, but it kind of puts a label on it.
It doesn't
right?
excuse, anything, I fear.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for anyway.
Shooting a gun in the house. That's so funny. Yeah,
I thought you were gonna say that, like, she fully killed the squirrel.
No,
we
would not. I mean, first off, she had been drinking, so that and then she grabs a shotgun,
right?
And it's like, no, let's somebody tackle her and tie her up in the tree and
tie her up in a tree.
Maybe let's put her outside in the cold where she can sober up a little bit. Yeah, the only other thing I remember, I mean, not. Of course, I remember a bunch of good stuff. But it was like we had this, we're going to eat it too.
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
like, and that
That's
was kind of that was really too? On what day?
Yeah.
That is, I fear, a tradition to say that we're going to eat it 2, and then it's going to be 3 o'clock, and then it's still going to be 5 o'clock when we actually sit down and eat.
And at some point, it's like, oh my gosh, I forgot this. Can you go to the store?
Yeah.
It's like, and up in at the cabin, the store is about 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you need? Can't we just manufacture some baking soda or flour or whatever the hell you need to do that?
At this point.
Or guess what? We don't eat it.
Yeah, that is a definite tradition where I kind of budget in my head that and I don't know if this can't be all families, right? If somebody says we're doing something at 3, I think we're doing it at 4:30, absolute earliest.
There should not be a time put on it. It should be, we're going to eat sometime during the day, because there's always something that happens.
Yes.
Like, and you inevitably, you only have one freaking oven.
Yeah.
So how the hell are you going to cook all this stuff and keep it hot?
Yeah.
We're not staying in an industrial kitchen.
Maybe that's the next step, though.
Well, here's the other I mean, going back to, like the cabin was one thing, but then the house that you guys kind of grew up in, we had that one butt kitchen basically.
Yeah.
It was, you couldn't fit 2 butts in there because it was, but we had that screened-in porch is where we put all the food out there to keep it cold. But
that was next level. A screened-in porch would be perfect, because if, like, you can keep it outside, it's basically a walk-in fridge. But it's also, there's no bugs, there's no, like, animals aren't getting in there.
Well, they could. I mean, like, if a raccoon wanted to attack.
Or, God forbid, a squirrel
over the head,
had
something.
tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
So, but what do you guys remember, like, when you were growing up? What do you remember about, like, your Thanksgivings?
Honestly,
I'm sure they were a lot different than mine.
Honestly, I remember a lot of Thanksgiving stuff, like, at the cabin, obviously, where it was just, like, pile in and like sleep where you end up.
Yeah.
I always got dibs with sleeping with grandma.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that that was not the case for a lot of people. So you'd walk out and there was like 20 people in this like, what is it called? A double walk? Like, what are they called?
It was like a modular home.
Yeah, like a
like
modular
after the
home.
cabin, and that was at all the the updates, plumbing, and it was
there
actually
were-
really nice.
Okay, so let's just go over the bed situation. There was a full in that first room that you guys would normally stay in.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the
back room
that had a twin
Yeah, and then a bunk bed.
and then a
twins.
bunk bed twin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then grandma's room had
Had
a
a
queen. And
And wasn't there a pull-out couch too?
Yeah, and the couches
Yeah.
would pull out, and then we would have like a like air mattress and stuff like that. So I remember like a lot of what we've already talked about is kind of really the essence of Thanksgiving in my mind, of just like, you know, you're like packing in. I remember your yellow pajama pants.
Smiley
Yeah.
face pants,
Yes.
which are now shorts, by the way. I cut
Oh.
those off into shorts.
Oh, nice.
That was my that was always be my Black Friday purchase, but we'll
But
talk about that
that's
a
what I
little
was
bit.
gonna say is we would like all kind of like fall where you may, and then the next day there would be like a group that would go occasionally Black Friday shopping. I feel like once we stopped going to the cabin, that was more of the thing.
Yeah.
But there would be like a and we went Black Friday shopping and just got the most random shit.
I always look for the pajama pants. With,
Really?
Yeah. Oh my
to
God.
this day?
What? No.
Oh.
I mean, if I can find them, I mean, I lounge, man. I'm lounging a lot. But no. So when I was younger, I mean, we used to play like tackle football on like the Thanksgiving holidays.
could not be me.
It's
No.
giving friends.
Yeah.
It was crazy because I had, all my buddies like from high school, we'd play. We were like 22. We didn't stretch anything. I mean, we had Wayne B and Patty Duke and Roddy Ross T and
Roddy Ross T.
L Rock, God rest his soul, and his little brother Chud would play. And
I genuinely had no idea what the fuck was going on for a second there. I figured out that that's all your friends' names now.
Oh, you thought he was just speaking in tongues?
Honestly, tongues. I was until
No.
Wayne B. I got for sure. That
Yeah.
one's pretty obvious.
Patty Duke.
Patty Duke. Yeah.
Who's that?
Huh?
It doesn't matter.
That was fine. So anyway, so we played football with a lot of times like the LA Dream Team. He'd come in and play with us too.
Who's the LA Dream? Oh.
Yeah.
Big Lance.
Yeah, Big Lance.
Oh my God,
Um,
that's funny.
He was more of a
LA
tennis player
Dream
like
Team.
Andre Agassi, but anyway, so we were just stupid back then, So we're tackling each other. We don't stretch out. We don't do anything. I don't know how. I never drank water when I was a kid. I mean, I did to a point, but we'd go out and I'd have like a Pepsi, like we'd be running like fools, and then I'd be drinking Pepsi, and then it'd be great. And I don't know how you guys feel, but when you're in your 20s and you do that, as you start getting older, you can do it, but then the next day you feel like you can't move.
Yeah, we posted a TikTok of
Yeah.
us dancing the Joey and Jenna samba from Dancing with the Stars, if you know.
yeah.
And I swear to God, the next day, I honestly at work was like, I can't. I
Yes.
have to like lift glassware and shit,
Yeah.
and I was like, someone needs to do this for me. I'm in pain.
Absolutely.
You got to watch the video to understand because my neck was thrown fucking
I
out.
also, as I've gotten, I feel like I didn't really start to like regularly drink water, like carry a water with me for definitely my early 20s. I was not doing that.
I drink water all the time now, but I don't know. Like I said, I am surprised I haven't just turned into dust and just been blown away. Because I'm serious. I was drinking Pepsi all the time, like soft drinks, and now I drink water all the time. I mean, that's it. I don't very rarely have a soft drink, but anyway. So yeah, so we get done, and you'd feel good, and you'd be popping frickin' ibuprofen like frickin' Tic Tacs.
Yeah.
I mean, because you just be seriously, because it was in some serious pain.
Yeah.
But that was the thing, and then like we'd be stupid, and somebody like Ross, he frickin' tore his ACL and I broke a bone in my hand, and it was actually playing football. Yeah. So it was right before I was going to start a new job, and it was a sales job, so I had to go in and meet everybody, and So I had this so I had this brace that was like a carpal bone, or I don't know what it was. That was kind of bracing it. So I took it off because I didn't want to feel like,
oh my God.
Yeah, so I'm shaking people's hands like,
toxic masculinity, right?
Seriously.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, I mean, it was crazy. And then poor Chud, he took one he went to tackle this guy, and this guy's knee hit him right in the freaking head.
In the head?
Right in the head.
I thought you were going to say the balls.
No, right in the head, which is not good because Chud gets up and he's like, he hit me right here, right? And we're like, yeah. And a couple seconds later, he's like, he hit me right here, right?
Oh.
And after about 15 times, I'm like, El Rock, you better take him to the damn emergency room because he was.
He asked you all those times, and you guys.
Yeah, we ended up taking. He had a concussion.
Yeah. We figured that
Yeah.
much.
No.
If you're not watching on YouTube, he just pointed to one side of his head and then the other side of his head. So he was
going back and forth.
Yeah.
Not knowing
No,
where
it was crazy. But after about the 10th or 12th time that he asked us where, like, he hit me right here, right? I'm like, dude, yes. For the 11th time, yes. And his eye, you could just, something was wrong. And of course we're like, oh, okay, well, I guess you better take him to the emergency room. But anyway, he was fine. He's good. He's all good.
This is a side note. This is just how different culture is nowadays. If any of you called me Chud,
you know why we call him Chud?
No,
because there was a movie in the 80s. It was called Carnivorous Human Underground Dwellers. It was a
Chud.
Oh my God,
Chud, and so his name is Chad.
Oh,
so we call him Chud. But El Rock and Wayne B and all the boys.
I'm just saying that they all have pretty cool
buddies.
names, and he gets Chud, which I don't know.
He loved that. He loved it. Chud loved hanging out with us. So anyway, I think Thanksgiving and Christmas, I think they're really close together. And I think as you grow older, I think people try to, if you're lucky enough to be able to spend Thanksgiving and Christmas with your family, that's great. But a lot of people now these days are like either picking Thanksgiving to go or because you have families. And I mean, and every year that goes by, I think when you're younger, you probably remember Thanksgivings being a lot bigger than they are as you grow older.
For sure.
Yeah.
The people that the big family that we had now has big families.
Yeah.
So and they have, and that side of the family wants to keep, they also have families that they need to keep in touch with, and they now have an important part in, it's life just gets more complicated. You meet more people and more things happen.
It does. I mean, I can remember actually when me and your mom first met back in the 90s, I had, my family kind of had moved away from where we were at, and she didn't have any family where we were at. And so we actually, I went and because we were both working a lot at that time, I went into the grocery store and I got a rotisserie chicken. And
that is so sweet.
And all the frozen green bean casserole and mashed potatoes and stuff like that. And so we had it, and I think we had a candlelight dinner, and I kind of, it was a chicken.
I'm gonna cry.
It was a chicken, but it looked like a turkey because it was a whole rotisserie chicken.
That is so special.
Yeah. So we did that, and you have to.
You make do.
You try. You make do.
Are you guys?
We've already talked about Black Friday.
Very briefly, but are you guys looking for anything this Black Friday? Because I'm making Amazon lists if you guys need.
Oh. No, I think, I mean, I'm sure you can get a TV for about $18.
I could be convinced to
60-inch.
I could be convinced to buy a Switch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they have any good deals.
I think Nessie and I are going to buy a Switch for the TV so we can have a communal Animal Crossing island.
Oh, nice. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I do remember when you guys talked me into buying an Xbox.
That was last year.
Last year.
And we have inadvertently created a monster.
We have created a monster.
I'm going to just tell you that you guys said, oh, yeah, it's fun. We can play together. And that happened about 4 times.
No.
And then Sullivan got mad at me.
No, 4 times is crazy.
And Sullivan got mad at me.
He got mad at me because I wasn't catching on as quick as I think he wanted to.
That's insane. That's absolutely unbelievably, unequivocally inaccurate about
It's
how this
so
has
true,
played
it's
out.
so true.
We
Okay. to
create
But
each his
anyway,
own.
we used to play a lot together, and then all of a sudden, that didn't happen anymore.
Let's also remember, too, just for the record, that he got it on Black Friday. It stayed in the box, collecting dust until his birthday, which is in February. So it sat there for 90 days, and we were like, Dad, set up your Xbox. Dad, set up your Xbox.
Yeah.
We showed him Grand Theft Auto. So I will not take any of the...
This slander will not be tolerated.
Yes.
I
No,
have no
I-
patience for it.
we did. We
Papa.
played some Fortnite. We didn't have a lot of success, but
We won our first 2 games.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. So
Dad-
anyway, I now play Fortnite all the time.
Yes.
So that is kind of my thing.
That was the monster that was created on
The
Black
monster
Friday.
that was created. So I enjoy playing Fortnite, and yeah. So
So they
anyway, that's just me. That's the kid in me.
If you all knew what really happened on this day that
that can be if you guys want to hear the story,
Fortnite, we can have some Fortnite.
Yeah, listen to it later, our later podcast.
and
We'll
speaking
talk
of
about that.
I am just thankful for you guys, and I'm thankful for this podcast and the opportunity to tell all these stories in different ways and have these conversations. I think it's going to be really fun, and it's going to be cool to also, I didn't know that story about you and Mom on your...
Yeah.
It's really sweet, and, be able to have, a record of it,
Yeah.
It's going to be really
Yeah.
cool. So,
Special.
very special.
Yes.
Please join us every Thursday. The episodes drop at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time, and you can get them wherever you get your podcasts. So,
Yeah.
Apple.
And I do have a dad joke for you before we leave here.
Dad,
Yes.
let's hear it.
Yeah. So and it has to do with Thanksgiving too. So why do pilgrims' pants fall down?
Let me think.
There has to be something about a buckle.
Because they wear belts on their hats. And immediately you guys are picturing your elementary black hat with the white and the yellow buckle,
Yeah.
right? I know. When I
Yes.
saw that, I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm
That's so
thinking about that. Yeah, so they wear belts on their hats. It's funny. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Well, that is Let's Call Dad. You can find us on all of your socials at Let's Call Dad. Send us an email, letscalldad@gmail.com. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. We're thankful for you.
Yes, and if you're traveling this Thanksgiving, safe travels to you, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yes, eat lots of food and be thankful.
Yes.
Goodbye,
guys.
all. Mwah, mwah.
Mwah, mwah.
Bye-bye.